Are drones the new soldiers in the sky? How have they impacted modern warfare? Welcome to the Politica UK Infopod. Over the past decade, a new weapon has quietly transformed modern warfare. It is small, relatively inexpensive, and increasingly autonomous. Yet its impact on the battlefield has been enormous. These machines are drones, or unmanned aerial vehicles, and many military analysts now describe them as the new soldiers of the sky. Drones are not entirely new. Early versions appeared decades ago as reconnaissance tools used primarily for surveillance. The United States began using armed drones extensively in the early 21st century, particularly during conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq. Systems such as the MQ-9 Reaper demonstrated that a remotely piloted aircraft could carry out precision strikes while keeping human pilots far from danger. But what we are seeing today is something very different. In conflicts such as the war in Ukraine, drones have evolved from specialized military platforms into mass battlefield tools used in enormous numbers. Ukrainian and Russian forces deploy thousands of small drones every month, many of them adapted from commercial quadcopters that once filmed weddings or holiday landscapes. These drones perform a wide range of roles. Some act as airborne scouts, hovering silently above battlefields and transmitting live video to commanders on the ground. Others carry explosives and can be directed into vehicles, artillery positions, or fortified structures. Some are designed to fly hundreds of kilometers to strike infrastructure deep inside enemy territory. What makes drones so revolutionary is not only what they can do, but how accessible they have become. Traditional fighter jets cost tens of millions of dollars and require highly trained pilots and large support bases. A small military drone, by contrast, may cost only a few $1,000s and can be operated by a team of soldiers with relatively short training. This dramatically lowers the barrier to aerial power. In earlier eras of warfare, control of the skies was largely reserved for countries with advanced air forces. Today, smaller states and even non-state actors can deploy drone fleets capable of challenging traditional military superiority. The impact on the battlefield has been profound. In Ukraine, drones are now responsible for a large share of equipment losses. Tanks, once considered the backbone of modern armies, have become highly vulnerable to inexpensive drones carrying explosive charges. Artillery units that once operated safely behind the front line can now be located and targeted within minutes. This has forced armies around the world to rethink long-established doctrines of warfare. At the same time, drones have introduced a new level of psychological pressure on soldiers. Unlike traditional aircraft, drones can remain overhead for long periods, watching and waiting. Soldiers know that at almost any moment, a small machine above them may be observing their movements or preparing to strike. The result is a battlefield that is constantly monitored from the air. But drones also raise important ethical and strategic questions. Because they can be operated remotely, the human operator may be thousands of kilometers away from the battlefield. This distance changes the nature of combat decision-making and raises debates about accountability and the moral responsibility of remote warfare. There is also the question of autonomy. Many drones today still require direct human control, but advances in artificial intelligence are making it possible for drones to navigate, identify targets, and coordinate with other drones in swarm formations with increasing independence. If those systems become widespread, future wars may involve large numbers of semi-autonomous machines operating at speeds that challenge human oversight. In that sense, drones may represent only the first stage of a much larger transformation in military technology. For now, what is clear is that drones have fundamentally altered the balance between cost and effectiveness in warfare. A weapon that once required billion-dollar research programs can now be assembled with commercially available components and deployed on the battlefield within weeks. That shift is forcing every military in the world to adapt. So when analysts describe drones as the new soldiers of the sky, they are not speaking metaphorically. They are recognizing that these small machines have become one of the defining weapons of 21st century conflict. And as technology continues to advance, the role of drones in warfare is likely to expand even further, reshaping not only how wars are fought, but also how nations prepare for them. This infopod was brought to you by Politica UK.